Hey guys, welcome back to Cyber Central. Today we'll talk about how the US is now the #1 crypto miner. Let's head into it. The US is now the #1 destination for Bitcoin miners, beating China for the first time ever. Whilst it was already trending in that direction, new data from Cambridge University released early Wednesday makes it official. As of July, 35.4% of Bitcoin's hash rate, an industry term used to describe the collective computing power of miners, is in the United States, according to the Cambridge Center for Alternative Finance. That's a 428% increase from September 2020. The newly released Cambridge data zeroes out China's average monthly share of the global hash rate in July, a major reversal from September 2020, when China captured about 67% of the market. The whole narrative of China controls Bitcoin is now completely destroyed, said Boaz Sobrado, a London-based fintech data analyst.
All right, so crypto is now the #1 right here in the USA. USA has actually taken the lead.
Oh, it's about time.
Right to America. The US ticks a lot of boxes for migrant Bitcoin miners searching for a new home. For one, states like Texas boast some of the world's lowest energy prices, which is a major incentive to miners who compete in a low-margin industry, where their only variable cost is typically energy. The US is also flush with renewable power sources. Washington State is a mecca for hydro-powered mining farms. New York produces more hydroelectric power than any other state east of the Rocky Mountains, and it counts its nuclear power plants towards its 100% carbon-free electricity goal. Meanwhile, Texas's share of renewables is growing over time, with 20% of its power coming from wind as of 2019. The Texas grid also continues to rapidly add more wind and solar power. Miners across the country have also harnessed nuclear power. Some are latching their rigs to otherwise stranded energy, like natural gas going to waste in oil fields across Texas. This reduces greenhouse gas emissions and generates money for the gas providers and miners. This shift towards zero-emission clean energy sources has already begun to recast the narrative among skeptics that Bitcoin is bad for the environment. Mining is price-sensitive, so as to seek out the lowest cost power, and the lowest cost power tends to be renewable because if you're burning fossil fuels, it has extraction, refinement, and transport costs, Blockstream CEO Adam Back said. Besides lower electricity costs, some US states, like Texas, also have crypto-friendly policymakers and an adequate supply of hosting infrastructure. The state has a deregulated power grid with real-time spot pricing that lets customers choose between power providers, and crucially, its political leaders are pro-crypto. Those are dream conditions for miners who want a kind welcome and cheap energy sources. If you're looking to relocate hundreds of millions of dollars of miners out of China, you want to make sure that you have geographic, political, and jurisdictional stability. You also want to make sure that there are private property right protections for the assets that you are relocating, said Darren Feinstein, co-founder of Core Scientific. What made the US so attractive? America's rise to the top is also a case of luck meeting preparation. The US has been quietly boosting its hosting capacity for years. Before Bitcoin miners started coming to America, companies across the country made a gamble that eventually, if adequate infrastructure were in place, they would set up shop in the US. That gamble is paying off. When Bitcoin crashed in late 2017 and the wider market entered a multi-year crypto winter, there wasn't much demand for big Bitcoin farms. US mining operators saw their opening and jumped at the chance to deploy cheap money to build up the mining ecosystem in the States. The large, publicly traded miners were able to raise capital to go make big purchases, said Mike Collier, CEO of digital currency company Foundry, which helped bring over $300 million of mining equipment into North America. Feinstein says that in the last 18 months, there has been serious growth of mining infrastructure in America. We have noticed a massive uptick in mining operations looking to relocate to North America, mostly in the US, continued Feinstein. Companies like Northern American crypto mining operator Core Scientific kept building out hosting space all through the crypto winter to ensure the capacity to plug in new gear, according to Collier. A majority of the new equipment manufactured from May 2020 through December 2020 was shipped to the US and Canada, he said. Alex Brammer of Luxor Mining, a cryptocurrency pool built for advanced miners, points out that the maturing capital markets and financial instruments around the mining industry also played a big role in the industry's quick ascent in the US. Brammer said many of these American operators were able to start rapidly expanding once they secured financing by leveraging a multi-year track record of profitability and existing capital as collateral. COVID also played a role. Though the global pandemic shut down large swathes of the economy, the ensuing stimulus payments proved a boon for US mining companies. All the money printing during the pandemic meant that more capital needed to be deployed, explained Bitcoin mining engineer Brandon Arvanagi. People were looking for places to park their cash. The appetite for large-scale investments had never been bigger. A lot of that likely found its way into Bitcoin mining operations in places outside of China, continued Arvanagi. What do you think about the US being the #1 crypto country now? Are you using crypto to make money? Let us know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure that you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.